another episode of Plant-Based Dads. I'm Tim.
I'm Joey. Today it's Baking with Tim. I'm just kind of the co-host today.
So yeah, quick story on this today. So we're at a big box store, Lex and I, and he wants a gingerbread cookie. And I'm like, let's check the expiration date on that. It's 6 months out. I'm like, okay, we can do better than that. So challenge accepted. Today, we are baking gingerbread cookies, oil-free.
Aren't they so cute? Look at them. Oh my gosh. So
it's been like a year. So
Tim's accepted the gingerbread cookie challenge, although there was no challenge, but okay, Tim's accepted it and felt like he had to do something.
So Joey's not the biggest fan of a gingerbread cookie. Like, it's not on our radar as far as something so delicious. Yeah, you're a fan now.
Yeah, because normally I don't like them because they always have that kind of store-bought, long-term taste to them, right?
Yeah.
I never feel like they have any type of real texture to them. They just kind of snap in half, but these are so much different. Yeah.
Yes.
First I want to ask you, please like and subscribe so YouTube will recommend these videos to other people. Also, if you like getting these videos, you can get them up to 2 days early if you become one of our financial supporters through Patreon or PayPal. There's a link below. Like, if you've ever seen the show or in the Facebook group and thought, how can I help? That's how you can help. There's a link down below.
That allows you to be the first one to criticize or let us know if something's wrong,
right,
but also to compliment. First comment.
They are my first line of defense. They'll be like, this video's like missing something. Oh man, I'll re-put it up. I want to say thank you to Juliana at theredelfshop.com. All of Little Red's clothes are from theredelfshop.com. She sends them to me. It's not a sponsor, but I love all the stuff that she sends me. So
it's adorable, and the time she put into this.
Yeah, I mean, they're all handcrafted, and you can see right here, Little Red's got his little gaming outfit on, game, eat, sleep. He's got a little controller and he's playing a little fighting game there.
Gaming Little Red.
So Little Gaming Red. And if it wasn't enough, right? Plus we have a big announcement to make after this, but Leroy's back. Welcome, Leroy. All right, Leroy's here just to make sure the Christmas festivities are underway, right?
We had them last year. It's fun. It's cute.
And then after we finish with the cookies here, we're gonna announce the winner.
Oh yes.
Of the giveaway. I pulled the name out, and some lucky winner is leaving here today. Well, actually, they're not here. I'm gonna ship it to them up tomorrow, but they're getting a Doll Strong 12-inch skillet pan, and it's absolutely beautiful, right?
Yep.
So you will be cooking holiday dinner in that pan, and you're gonna love it.
Yeah, so we'll make that announcement at the end.
At the end of this. All right, so in the meantime, so that's what we're doing today. The cookies, we've already made them. I'm gonna show you a video right here of what we did. It's really simple. Yep. The texture of them, because of the applesauce, I think, instead of the oil, they're oil-free, right? I wouldn't say they're starch solution. They're a holiday starch solution, but I mean, there's a lot of sugar, right? But as far as there's no oil and they're vegan, and for all of that and still tasting amazing like this, I don't know of a better gingerbread cookie. All right, I can't wait any longer. Let's get to the food.
To get started with our gingerbread cookies, we're going to need a medium-sized bowl. We're going to start by mixing the dry ingredients. We're starting with 1 1/3 cups of whole wheat flour. We're just going to add this to our bowl. Next, it's 3/4 cup of unbleached all-purpose flour. Then it's 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Now we're putting in 1/8 teaspoon of cloves. Cloves are a very strong flavor. We feel that 1/8 teaspoon is the perfect blend. Now Tim's grabbing the whisk and giving it a little mixy-mixy, and it should be nice and combined where it's all one color. You can see here it's ready to go. We're going to take the mixed dry ingredients and set them aside. Now we're going to assemble the wet ingredients. First, we're using 1/2 cup of unsweetened applesauce. Next, it's 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon of organic sugar. We're going to mix these two ingredients together for about 2 minutes until they're nicely blended and combined. Next, we're adding 1/4 cup of water and then 1/2 cup of molasses. Don't use blackstrap molasses here, just use regular molasses. And finally, we're adding 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to grab our mixer here and start combining this for about 30 to 60 seconds until it's all well blended. Now we're going to start adding our dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and blending as we go. We started by adding about 1/2 cup of dry ingredients first, and then blending that. And then once that was blended, we started sprinkling the rest in a little bit at a time. We just kept on repeating this process until we got to the end when all the ingredients were mixed together. You can see here, it's really come together nice. This is what it should look like right here. Now Tim's just using a wooden spoon here to bring it all together and to get the remaining stuff off the sides. And we need this bowl for something else, so we're transferring it to a much smaller bowl. Now we're gonna put the plastic wrap on, and we're gonna put it right down onto the dough, onto the batter, and then go around and make sure it's all sealed. We want this to be really tight. You can see Tim just going around and making sure it's completely sealed. Once this is done and it looks like this, it's off to the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. We let ours go overnight. Now it's time to roll the cookies out. Tim's taking some flour and dusting the countertop with it to make the dough easier to work with. And we're gonna take our dough and put it right down on top of the countertop. We did let the dough sit out for 30 minutes, so it's easier to work with. Tim's just gonna sprinkle the top with some flour, and he's gonna kind of move it around and start pushing on it. And he's just trying to get it ready and pliable here so we can start rolling it out. And right in this state right here, it's really sticky, so the dough really helps, when you work the dough, and it really helps it not stick to, the rolling pin and the cutter. The dough is wet, so it can take a lot of flour. Now Tim's using his French rolling pin. I don't know why it's French, but maybe because it's bigger in the middle than the sides, but that's what they call it at Serralotop. And we're just rolling out the dough. We're just kind of going back and forth in each direction once. With a French rolling pin, you want to think of a clock. You want to start at 1 and then roll to 7. You want to start at 6 and then roll to 12. You want to roll directly across and back. And that's what Tim's doing here. We're trying to get the dough to be about 1/4 of an inch. We're just gonna work our way back and forth slowly till we get that to happen. Notice the dough is pretty easy to work with. It's not cracking or breaking, and it's not sticking to the roller pin. So just make sure you have enough flour on it. You can't see this off camera, but Tim is flouring the rolling pin every time he uses it. So he rolls with it and then flours it, and then rolls back and forth and then flours it. Now we're gonna use our cookie cutter here. Tim did flour the cookie cutter first, and now he's putting it into the dough here, and you can see it's making a little gingerbread man. Now he's flouring it again. You can see here he's adding more flour on the countertop, and he's just gonna roll it around in there just so to make sure it doesn't stick to the dough. And he's gonna press another one of these out. And that's what you're gonna do all around this flattened out dough, this rolled out dough, until you've gotten as many cookies as you can. You can see here, all the cookies are cut out, so we're just gonna go around and peel off the middle part, not the cookies, but the in-between part. And that'll just leave the cookies on the counter left to pull up with a spatula. You can see there Tim just floured the spatula, and now he's gonna pick up one of the cookies with it. Just be careful that you don't rip it. If you have a piece that sticks, just use the metal spatula to pull it up. And we're just gonna lay them on a baking sheet lined with a silicone mat, or you can use parchment paper. And we're gonna go one at a time and pull these cookies off the counter. And then we're gonna take the dough that's left, and we're just gonna roll it around and make another dough ball out of it. So we're just gonna repeat the same process over that we had just done a few minutes ago until we get to the point where we can get a few more cookies out of it. And you can see here we're able to get 3 more cookies out of it. We'll just repeat this process until we have no dough left. And here's the first batch. I've got 12 little gingerbread men here. And Tim's just gonna take a brush and kind of brush off some of the extra flour. We've actually done it, but forgot to film it, so there's not much flour on them. So we're just gonna do it again so you can kind of get an idea of what we're doing. Now we're gonna put these in the freezer for 10 minutes to firm them up. After they come out of the freezer, they're ready for the oven. The oven is preheated to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna slide these little babies in there and let them cook for 8 to 10 minutes. The first batch we did 10, and then after that, it was 9 for the rest of them. You can see here, they look amazing. They're a little puffy, which is perfect. They're not burnt. This is what they should look like. They're just kind of this golden brown, and they firmed up nicely. We're gonna let them cool for a bit before we put them on the rack. Once they've cooled a little bit, Tim's just taking them off here and just laying them right on the rack. You can see they come right off. They didn't stick or anything. Maybe that one did a little bit, but they really didn't stick at all. And they're quite easy to work with. Now they are still soft at this point, so you want to take your time with this step. And here you have it, a beautiful bowl of gingerbread cookies. Who wouldn't want this on an amazing winter holiday? Oh man, I can't wait to eat these. Let's dig in.
And it's that simple. All right, so we're gonna decorate them here in front of you, but seriously, like, this is a meal by itself. You don't need any decorations on these.
Maybe it shouldn't be a meal. Joey said he could eat this whole rack,
Okay,
but not a meal. Okay, but this is kid approved though, as is.
Yeah.
So my thought on frosting is just to be minimal. So an outlying edge, maybe stripes going across, maybe some clothes on this guy,
Yeah.
or the eyes. So really, you want this frosting to complement the flavor that's already there.
All right, so what do you want to do to decorate these? You could use some store-bought stuff. Like grab that one. I'm going to show you right here. We've went through the ingredients of this Walmart cookie icing red. So if you really wanted red icing, you could ice these or whatever. But all of the ingredients are vegan. But unfortunately, they're also used to heat your car, like to cool your car down, and all sorts of stuff.
So what Joy's saying is they're petroleum based, and I think it doesn't need that. So we've got a simple recipe for a white frosting.
There'll be a link below this video for the frosting recipe. We've already made it, and I didn't want to go to another video for that. All right, so grab the frosting right there.
So we've made this frosting already.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little trick that Tim and I have, and that is we take a Ziploc bag, right? Just a regular Ziploc bag. We don't often use Ziploc bags, but they come in handy for this. And then we've got a glass, and we're going to take the corner of the Ziploc bag. This is going to allow us to pipe it. We're going to take the corner of the Ziploc bag and face it down, and then just put the bag in here. And now we can just put our frosting right in here.
Yeah. We're showing this method, but if you've got pipette bags, like, great.
Yeah,
but
Tim has a whole tackle box that's full of this stuff. But for you, I mean, I just want to do it as simple as possible, right?
Exactly. I just don't think we're making a lot of cookies all the time. But hey, for the holiday season, this is really nice. Okay, with frosting in, we're going to lift the bag up. I'm going to concentrate things into the corner.
Yes, exactly. And you kind of twist it a little bit, like 1 or 2 times on the top there. And then Tim's just going to cut a very small piece. Try and cut the piece over here so it doesn't fall into that. But just a small piece off the bottom, right about there. And now Tim can just go ahead and start piping. It doesn't have to be pretty. Yep, it's looking good.
So what we have found is that this will harden up and it'll be shiny.
Oh, it's looking good. I think we've got 2 holes in there. I think we cut through 2 different pieces.
And for this one, I'm just going around the edge. This is one way to do it.
Yep, perfect. Try not to get too close. The frosting isn't stiff, so we'll roll off the cookie. It needs like a few minutes to kind of solidify. But it will come together and solidify.
Yep.
I just find like, yes, I think that's much better. I don't really feel like you need to outline it. I think just kind of like the belly buttons and the eyes and kind of that's it.
But it's always nice to have a variety.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can use other shapes. We use the gingerbread cookie man, just because that's kind of the traditional one, so you can kind of get the traditional feel for this. But really, we've got like, I don't know, 100 different shapes we can use for this, right?
Yeah. So I'm really happy with just this amount of frosting in a few different ways, and that's what I wanted to show you.
And you can see here, guys, like, look how great that looks. Like, it's cooked inside. It's absolutely like got some great texture in there. This is a perfect gingerbread cookie. As you can see, they all look really good. We probably need help with the icing because we're not using commercial icing, and we just kind of threw some icing together. We probably should let it refrigerate for a while, but you get the idea, right?
Yeah. All right, now's the time where we have an announcement to make. That's this year's holiday winner.
Woohoo! And this is what they're winning right here. The Dow Strong 12-inch 5.1 quart 5-ply saute pan, right? This is a beautiful pan. You're absolutely gonna love it. And the winner, the name I pulled out of a hat, there was no hat, it was done by a computer online. The name I pulled out of a hat was Heather Lynn Kruger. Yeah! Heather Lynn Kruger, and why that name sounds familiar. I'm going to email you, and I'll get this sent to you. It is Sunday, we're still filming for Tuesday's video, but I will send this on Monday. She may actually get it, like, because it's going to go pretty quick. She may actually, you're going to get it this week.
Yeah. So Heather, congratulations.
Yes. So listen, a wonderful pot going to Heather Lynn Kruger. Leroy, what do you think over there? My thoughts exactly. All right, guys, that's our video for today. Amazing, oil-free, vegan gingerbread cookies. They're absolutely delicious. Please hit that like button, show us some love. Don't forget to subscribe so we can continue to provide these videos out to people. And leave a comment below. What are you doing for holiday baking? I mean, we don't want to think like potatoes all year, but the fact is, there's family around and all that. And if you're going to bake for the holidays, you can still do it oil-free, right?
For sure. So whether it's a holiday party as well, these cookies, no one's going to even know that there's no dairy or eggs.
Any idea.
No oil.
Nope.
So,
and they're going to want the recipe, so bring it with you.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you next time.